Yo, what's up guys? Back again for another video. This is week number 8 now, I believe. And yeah, I wanted to come back. Sorry I'm a little late with this week's video. I was just real caught up in the early part of the week, Monday, and even earlier today. But I'm back here for another video, and I just want to show you guys, keep you guys updated. So yeah, I took 3 trades last week. I took a trade, let's see. I took a trade in the gold, I took a trade in Eurodollar, and I took a trade in cable. Came out slightly ahead. 1 winner, 2 losers, but the 2 losers were very small and the winner was decent sized. So yeah, came out ahead and made back last week's. The week before that, I made back those losses and just a little bit more. Still mostly breaking even, nothing really crazy yet. Just under the break-even mark as far as the account goes, but hopefully we'll make that change this week. We'll see. But what I wanted to talk about today is just something quickly. I have gotten some, I guess, when I explained, I was talking to my sister and I explained to her like kind of like the reasons for me doing these videos. And she said that she suggested maybe I explain it because it wasn't quite clear. So I thought I'd just go ahead and explain, you know, the theme behind these videos. A lot of these videos I've been talking about like having like a topic of the day a lot of the times. Like, you know, I think like one of the things when I first started, I was just kind of dicking around. I took some trades, it wasn't going well. Then it was like the disastrous start where I was losing. Then the next episode was something about me journaling and starting to find some of the mistakes and some of the errors. And then from there, it was really having the grit and all that sort of stuff. And I was doing this like with a purpose. And the purpose was, yeah, for me, like right now, it's kind of like week by week by week. But this was actually the journey that I went through initially with when I first started trading. I went through all these stages, but it wasn't like on a week by week basis. It took me years to go through those stages. So like where I was just losing constantly in the beginning of this video series, I mean, I was losing constantly for like at least a year, maybe 2 years, just consistently losing. And then from there, I finally got a journal and I was journaling, finding some mistakes, but I was just kind of grinding for at least another 6 months. Like, it was a really long process, and I know this process is kind of sped up on these YouTube videos, but the idea behind that was because I wanted to show what the journey as a trader actually looked like, at least for me. You know, I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, it was really, that's what the videos have been about, like, you know, showing what it's like to go through that journey and the things that you may encounter. And I know for me on these videos, it's like, okay, this week I do this with the journal, now I'm getting some improvements and some results, and this week I'm like, oh, okay, now I need to, you know, make X, Y, and Z change. But the only reason I'm even able to like recognize the mistakes I'm making with this new strategy so quickly is because I've been through all this before. So I've seen where I'm literally, like when I first started trading Tom's strategy, I was literally like fell back into making some of the same mistakes I was making when I originally started trading. And so it was easier for me to recognize it the second time around and be like, oh, okay, wait a minute, I'm not journaling, maybe I should journal. Oh, wait a minute, I need to use my journal, okay, I need to persist, like, let's figure out what's going on, let's figure out what's going wrong, you know, a lot of the mental mistakes as well. But all that to say is that's kind of my point with these videos. I hope it's of some use to you guys. I hope you guys find it helpful or insightful. If you guys want me to continue, you know, just let me know. I'll just continue it for now. If you want me to rather I just get straight to the trades and just talk about weekly updates, it's fine too. But I think like, you know, kind of putting it out there, what the journey looks like as a real trader, not a YouTube trader or an Instagram trader that all they do is just win all the time. And you know, you don't even know, a lot of these guys are trading demo. You really don't even know if they're legit or not. It's really hard to find anybody in this game that's actually legit. So, you know, I just kind of wanted to put that different perspective out there, like, hey, yeah, like people lose. You know, I lose a lot, as you guys can see. But yeah, it's you know, it's it's what happens. It's normal. I mean, winning all the time or winning every single day is not normal, not realistic, and it puts a lot of those YouTube videos put a lot of these unrealistic expectations into people's heads. I feel of what trading is and whatnot. But anyway, that's enough of that rant. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. So I hope you guys enjoy that or can appreciate that. But I just wanted to explain it so that you guys were familiar and aware going forward. Anyway, so like I said, we took 3 trades this week and came out slightly ahead. I'll show you guys the trades. And yeah, we can get into it. I'll show you guys the updated equity curve and all that good stuff, right? All right, so the first trade I took was in gold. To be honest with you, I kind of had a bad feeling about this trade. There were several things about this trade I just didn't like. But I wrote it down in my journal as usual. But let me explain my thought process, anyways. So on the weekly, we had this bearish engulfing candle here. So I expected a move down to this kind of swing point here. Obviously, I expected a little bit of a retracement first, I guess, possibly. Usually that's what happens with bearish engulfings. And then eventually a move down to here. So if we drop down to the hourly, at the time, price had closed like this. And I just basically had this level marked up right here. I was coming back around. One thing I noticed, though, is a lot of times when a new week starts, the momentum tends to kind of shift. So you see how this ended on this big down, strongly bearish. When the new week happens, a lot of times the momentum could completely reverse or do different things. It doesn't tend to continue like. Whereas this is the same week. A lot of times when it's a different week, it just kind of tends to shift. But anyway, so I had that in the back of my mind. It was climbing up, and when it starts putting in like these like kind of like higher high waves like that, I was just kind of like, I don't know. But it gets back to my level, and it puts in this pin bar, and then we get this little impulse move, which actually kind of closes beneath this swing point here. So I figure, okay, I'll just sell it on a retest of this candle here, the retest of the pin bar. So I sold it, and I put my stops above this thrust candle here. But then, as you can see, it just didn't really go anywhere. As soon as I saw basically that, it tried, and it kept trying to break this support and resistance level here, and it was just bouncing. And then I saw this candle here that closed above this high. I just closed it right here. So I lost about, I think I lost 0.7 R or 0.6 R or something like that on this. I closed it here, lost 0.6 R. So that was gold. Then I took a trade on euro dollar. And again, similar sort of thing. There was a bullish engulfing here on the daily chart, which was actually coming off of that level there. Let me just straighten that out. Bothers me. Yeah, so that was coming off this level here, which if you actually look back is really just kind of this whole resistance, 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 resistance. And then boom, it breaks it, comes back around, puts in a bullish engulfing here. I tried to target this when I should have just been targeting this. That was kind of my mistake with this trade. So I was just a bit ambitious with my target. And so what happened was I had actually this level marked out here. Price broke it and put in the round return to it here. This was actually during FOMC. It bounced here, but I actually waited for FOMC to kind of be over because I didn't want to get caught up in the whole news craziness. So I waited for it to be over, and it put in this big bullish engulfing, which was right through the highs. And as you guys know, buying through highs is not really Tom's thing. He likes to get out when highs are being broken. and I'm sitting here buying right through the highs. But it did put in a bullish engulfing, and I thought my ultimate target would again be up here. But like I said before, my target should have been this one level to the next. And as you can see, it just kind of dumped. But what ended up happening was I got in here and I had my stop all the way below here. And I just saw, with this resistance level here, kept trying, tried here, didn't go, came down, tried here, didn't go again, and then it did this and closed beneath this low. And at that point, I just closed the trade. So on this trade, I lost not much at all, maybe like 0.3 R or something like that. So at this point, I'm down, a little bit over 1 R, a little bit over 1 R. And then we get to the cable. And the cable I managed to mess up as well, but I did end up getting it in the end. But yeah, so basically we had this shooting star here at the weekly level. And I was like, okay, we're good to go. Try to take this swing low here. So that was on June 11th. So if we go to June 11th, I mean, it really did put in the perfect setup. It was here. We get the breakdown, right, back beneath the weekly level, all right? And the head of the hammer is here, which Tom always talks about selling. And instead of me selling a blind touch, I started waiting. I wanted to wait for price action. And it came in, hit it perfectly, put in the shooting star, and I still didn't get in. And then it just started getting away from me. And at this point, I was about to lose it. But luckily for me, before it ended up hitting this ultimate target, it put in this pullback here right to that little low, and I just sold it, and I put my stop above that little shooting star, and it sold off. And I ended up making about 2R on that trade. So I did end up getting the trade. Obviously, not nearly as ideal. Ideally, I would have just sold it here, but I didn't. But I did get the trade. So all in all, I made about 1R. Let me show you guys the updated equity curve so that way you can see exactly where we're at. All right, so here's the updated equity curve. Yeah, you can see we just we put in the losses, and then the gain pretty much for the most part made back what we had lost the other week. So we're still just kind of breaking even. Hopefully, like I said, we're right there. We're right under the 0 mark. We're at like minus a little over 1%, maybe minus 1.5%. So I mean, that's really just one trade away from getting back above break even. So hopefully we can do that. Again, the trajectory is still decent. We still have above a 50% strike rate somehow. So yeah, we're getting there. It's getting better week by week. I'm learning a lot and everything. So we'll get there. All right, just wanted to say thank you for watching this video, checking it out. Hope you guys keep up with me and like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll do my best to respond as quickly as I can. Just hit me up. I'm usually around a computer anyways, always looking at charts and whatnot. So, yep, until next week, see you guys later.